You're gonna make a chicken egg salsa bake.
Mmm.
I cut 3 chicken breasts in half, and we're gonna put them across this 13 by 9 little baking thing. Make them nice and squished.
Mm-hmm.
Nice happy chicken family.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we're gonna take some taco seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Put it over the top. Just sprinkle a little bit on each one. What you laughing at?
I laugh at Kim's laugh because it's like that lady who's in the car who just the squeals. It's like she's whistling when she laughs.
Oh yeah, like on all those videos.
Oh no.
Now you see what I'm laughing at?
Mm-hmm. Look at that. So you're just kind of dusting it with the taco seasoning?
Just dusting it over, and then kind of spread it.
It's like a little tenderizer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of tenderizer, we're gonna tenderize this meat real quick.
Okay. Oh. You can smell that taco seasoning just bubbling out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, now we're gonna take, I got 7 large eggs in this, and we're gonna just pour it over the top.
Oh yeah. This is kind of like a nice breakfast.
Yeah, it could be a breakfast, could be a lunch, could be a dinner. It's kinda...
You know, the thing I'm thinking about is, you know, the eggs cooking, and then you got this raw chicken.
It's gonna all cook
Yeah.
together.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got that, we're gonna do a little salt and pepper.
Oh, that's looking
Make
nice.
it nice and seasoned up.
That's looking really good.
All right. And finally, we're gonna throw some salsa on that. I say about a cup, but really just kind of at your discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Put it over there. A little more than a cup. All right, so we got the oven preheated to 350.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put it in there for about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Come back. We got one more step.
Okay.
Oh, it's looking pretty good. You can't even see the chicken right now. Get a look at that. All right, so before it's over, we got another step. Take some sharp cheddar and just put it over the top. Oh, I'll spread it out. Just kind of spread it all over the top here. All right, y'all, now that we've got the cheese on there, we're gonna put it back in for just a few more minutes. It'll get nice and melty in there, and we'll come on back. All that cheese and
Look
protein.
at that.
Mmm. I'm gonna just see if I can. I'm gonna try to fiddle around for a chicken breast in there.
breast in there.
Oh, let me. So I don't burn myself. Oh, there we go.
Mmm.
Give this thing a try.
Let's make sure it's finished.
Oh yeah, it's definitely finished.
Okay.
Get a little egg in there too.
Mm-hmm.
A little salsa. A little. Look how tender it is. Cause I smacked them things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a lot. That's so good. It's hot, but it's good.
It actually is good.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, folks.
I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna make some chicken bacon ranch pasta salad. This was one of y'all's top votes from this past week, so we gotta make it. We start with 12 ounces of rotini tricolor. And we're gonna add in 1 large chopped tomato. And the main ingredients, chicken. We got 2 chicken breasts that I cut up. And 16 ounces of bacon. Going heavy on the bacon in this, because that's what I like. I cooked it and chopped it up myself because I just like freshly cooked bacon rather than the pre-cooked stuff. But if you don't have time, get some pre-cooked. And then we have 5 ounces of sliced olives. If you don't like olives, just leave that part out. I know some people aren't into them, like my wife. And then we have 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese that we're gonna throw in there. Okay, once we have all these dry ingredients, let's go ahead and get that kind of mixed together a little bit. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna come over here and make our dressing. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. I use Duke's mayonnaise because that's what I was raised on. That's what my Mima raised me to eat, and that's what we do in our house. What mayonnaise do y'all do? I'm from South Carolina, and Duke's is like a big thing. So we live on Duke's down there. So we got our 1 cup of mayonnaise. We're gonna put some pepper in there. And some garlic powder. I like it pretty garlicky. And we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons worth of ranch dry seasoning. So go ahead and get that kind of mixed together. And then we're gonna throw in 1/2 cup of milk in as well. And you want to get that mixed together. If it helps, get you a whisk. Kind of whisk it around for a minute. And then once you have that nice and whisked together and smooth, we're going to pour it back into our dry ingredients. All right. So just go ahead and pour that on in there. Take your spatula so you don't waste any of this good stuff. In case you make this and it's feeling like a little dry with the amount of ingredients you have, you can always just add a little bit more milk in. So just keep that in mind if you want to try this at home. So once you have the dressing in there, go ahead and just get it nice and mixed in. So got that wetness touching all the parts of it. All right, y'all, now that we have that mixed together, we're gonna actually put it in the fridge for 1 hour, and then we'll come back and try it. So you wanna, after you make it, put it in the fridge for at least an hour, cover it up, and then we'll go back and try it. All right, now that you've had it in there for an hour or more, it's time to try it. Perfect side. Make sure I get a little chicken and ranch and bacon, the whole thing. Why am I blowing on? I'm so used to, I cook so much, I'm used to blowing on food. I don't have to blow on this one. Y'all, this is amazing. All right, my mouth's full. Great side dish. If you're looking for a side dish idea for a get together for Thanksgiving, Christmas, try it. I'm gonna make some street corn chicken casserole. We're gonna put about 2.5 cups of frozen kernels in there. And then we're gonna throw about a cup's worth of mayonnaise in there with it. Once you have that, we're gonna throw in our cotija cheese. If you're not sure what cotija cheese, just go to the market, you'll find it. I'm sure you've had it before, you may just not realize you've had it. If you've ever been to a Mexican restaurant, there's a good chance you've had cotija cheese. It's one of my favorite cheeses. Now that we got that tossed together a little bit, we're gonna throw in some chili powder. Get some nice color going in there. And also, gonna throw in, very important, some lime juice. Get that lime flavor in there. Chili and lime is essential for this to get the right flavor. And then finally we want to add our chicken. You can also make this without the chicken if you want just kind of an appetizer out of it. I already cooked this chicken. I'm going to go ahead and mix that so it gets nice and folded in with the rest of the ingredients. All right, and now that that is stirred in there, we're going to get out our 13x9 baking dish and just spread this mixture over the bottom here. Make sure to scrape out all the goodies. Go. And get it nice and flat over the bottom of our greased baking dish. Now, once that's on there, we're going to take our tortilla chips and we want to just crush them over the top of our mixture here. Throw in some Colby Jack cheese over the top. About 2 cups worth. Just get it nice, spread over the top. Okay, so we got it nice and covered. We have our oven preheated to 375. We're gonna put it in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And this guy should be just about ready. Get this thing out. Looking nice and cheesy. Put it there. We got a couple little final steps before this thing is done. So let's take that lime juice that we had earlier and just give it just a sparse squeeze over the top. And then take a little bit of that chili powder. So we get a little bit on top here, get a little color, a little flavor on the top layer. And then finally, gotta have it some chopped up cilantro. And if you're not a fan of cilantro, just leave it off yours. It'll be good with or without. I think it's better with the cilantro personally, but you do you. There we go. All right, I think we're about ready to try this thing. All right, so let's try this baby. Street corn chicken casserole. Look at that. What do you think?
Looks pretty good.
Smells great too. All right. Y'all want to try this? I'm gonna make a chicken and broccoli casserole. A lot of you guys wanted to see this recipe, so I'm bringing it to you. You steam 2 bags of 8-ounce broccoli. We're gonna put that on the bottom of our 9x13 pan, and then we're gonna put in about 6 breasts of chicken. Spread it over the top. I cut it into pieces and you want it fully cooked already when you make this dish. So make sure it's fully cooked. Get that spread in there. Now, we're gonna come over to our mixing bowl, make our mixture. Start with 2 cans of cream of chicken. All right. And then we're gonna have 1 cup of mayonnaise that we put in there with it. And then we don't want to waste, so make sure and scrape those soup cans out because we got a lot of good stuff in there. And I know you guys will fuss at me if I waste anything on here, so. Then we're going to put about a teaspoon worth of lemon juice in there, maybe a little more. I think I want a little more lemony. About a teaspoon's worth. There we go. Then we're going to use some curry powder. Now the recipe said half a teaspoon. I'm going to do a little more than that because I like a little flavor in mind. Curry you can find at any Walmart or any regular store. Ooh, that smells so good. And then you mix all that together. All right, now that we have that mixed up, take it over to our chicken and broccoli and just put it over the top. Try to evenly distribute it as best you can. Just get it smooth evenly over the top. All right, once you have that topping over it, we're gonna take cheese. I shredded up 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. If you want to do less, you can do less. That's up to you. I like my stuff cheesy, so I'm a good American. And I shredded this myself. That's why it's like a little clumpy in there. Because I've heard shredding your own cheese is actually a little healthier. There can be stuff in the bag stuff, but if you don't have time and want to do the bag stuff, all good. I'm sure it'll taste great. All right, so final step before we throw it in the oven. I'm gonna take a couple of slices of bread. You can use that same mixing bowl you had earlier and just tear them into little pieces. I'm using some Texas toast here. There you go. You want to have a couple tablespoons of butter and just pour that butter over the bread. Get it nice and drenched in there. Try to let it soak it up. Kind of mix it around a little bit. You don't have to spend too long. Get that butter nice there in the bread. Now that you have the butter mixed into the bread there, and a little bit of that mixture, you just put that over the top of the cheese. Just kind of try to spread it evenly as you can. This is homemade, so homemade's never gonna look perfectly symmetrical. So just do the best you can. It's all about if it tastes good. So yeah, just spread those guys out. Use your hands if you're not shy. All right, so we've got the oven preheated to 350. I'm gonna put it in there for 25 to 30 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes. And this thing should be bubbling and ready. Let's check on it. Ooh, that looks perfect. Oh my goodness, folks, look at that. I'm so glad y'all requested this, because my wife and I are about to benefit from it.
Yum.
Look at that bubbly goodness.
Yeah. It's all that bubbly.
Yeah, let's take it here in the corner. Look at these little, I love these little bread pieces. Ready? Yum. Let's try it right. I got a little broccoli in it too. Gotta get the chicken. Get all that good stuff. Y'all gotta try this for real. Start with plopping in 2 tablespoons of butter. Get that mixed around. All right, once you got your 2 tablespoons of butter, we're gonna add half of this chopped up yellow onion. Get it nice and sauteed in there. And we're also gonna add up a couple of chopped up pieces of celery. Get that nice and sauteed in our butter here. While that's starting to saute, we're gonna put a little kosher salt over those as well. All right, while that's finishing up sauteing, we're also gonna add in some broccoli to saute with that, about 10 ounces of broccoli florets. Start spreading the love around on those guys too. Let's start adding in our other ingredients. So we're gonna add in about a pound of chicken that I already chopped into little bite-sized pieces. Put all that on there. Mix that into it. Then we're gonna add in a cup of milk. Half a cup of sour cream, so half of this guy right here. Plop that in there. About 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. We're gonna put in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Some garlic powder. And some powdered mustard. Get it nice and covered. Just get that nice and stirred together. Now it's okay if the chicken isn't cooked yet. We're just getting all these ingredients stirred together to put into our casserole dish, which we'll be transitioning over there pretty soon. All right, we got that pretty good and stirred up, so now we're gonna transfer it to our baking dish. All right, so we're gonna put it here into our 13 by 9 baking dish. Oh yeah, that's smelling good. Get all our little bitties out of there. Okay. Go ahead and smooth that over the bottom of your baking dish. Get it fairly even if you can. And then once it's fairly even, we're gonna throw the other half of the shredded cheddar cheese over the top. I shredded it myself, so that's why it's a little clumpy. That's how you know it's the real thing. Get a little more. Make sure it's nice and covered. Go. All right. And we're going to put some foil over the top. We got the oven preheated to 350. We're going to throw it in there for 15 to 20 minutes. And then we got another step before we're done with this thing. All right, y'all, while that is in the oven for about 15 minutes or so, we have 30 Ritz crackers that we crushed up, kind of coarsely crushed them up in this bag here. And we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of melted butter to the Ritz crackers. This is gonna be a nice crust we're gonna put over the top. So once that's in there, just kind of mix the butter, get it kind of evenly folded in with the other Ritz crackers in there. All right. So now we gotta put that Ritz cracker topping over the top of this guy. So let's get this tin foil off. Yeah, we have the cheese is pretty much melted. So yeah, now we just take that topping and put it over the top. Hence the word topping. Just kind of try to be even with it. Ooh, that smells like some buttery goodness right there. This is one of them recipes that just warms your soul. Smells like grandma. I'll get a nice evenly spread over the top there. Alrighty, so once we have that on there, get my trusty oven mitts on real quick so I don't get a second degree burn. And throw this guy back in there for about 15 to 20 more minutes. I should be ready to eat this guy when it comes out. Let's check on this guy. Looking good to me. That is comfort food at its finest right there. Yeah. That is just bubbling. Man, I can't wait to bring this to the Sunday potluck. All right, I'm gonna let this cool down so I don't burn my mouth off, and we're gonna come back and try it. All right, let's give it a try. It's looking pretty good. Look at that. Chicken, little broccoli, little Ritz cracker, little cheese. Yeah, this one. Y'all gotta try it. Start with half a chopped up yellow onion. We got a 1/4 cup of butter in here. We're gonna get it nice and sauteed in there with some minced garlic. Let's go ahead and throw the garlic in there. I do about 2 heaping teaspoons of it. And we'll get it nice and sauteed for 3 to 4 minutes. And go from there. All right, we got that nice and sauteed in there. So now we're gonna add 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. What we're doing right now is we're making the sauce for our chicken spaghetti. Go ahead and get that mixed in there until it turns a nice golden brown. Once you have it at about that place, we're going to pour in slowly 2 cups of chicken broth. That'll get some of that flour also from the bottom that's been caked on the bottom a little bit off of there. So there we go. So we'll get this back to a simmer, and then we'll start with the other ingredients. All right, we got that nice and thickened up, simmering. So let's start adding in our other ingredients. Got some Italian seasoning. We'll put about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon worth in there. Gonna do some salt. And some pepper. And do a little bit more Italian seasoning actually. There we go. About a cup or so of shredded cheddar cheese. And about a cup or so worth of mozzarella in there too. And a cup's worth of heavy whipping cream. Let's get that all that mixed together. You want to just kind of mix it until the cheese is all melted and it's looking nice and smooth. So let's just give it a good gentle stir. All right, we got that nice and smooth, our sauce. So now let's add in our spaghetti. We got 8 ounces of spaghetti that are already cooked. Get that mixed in there. And as well as about 1.5 pounds of cooked chicken. And then finally, some drained rotel. And then we're gonna give that a good stir to get all that mixed together. So let's go over to our baking dish. We've got a greased 13x9 baking dish. And we're just gonna dump this mixture into the dish. Just get all the good stuff out of there. Once you have it in there, just go ahead and get it nice, smooth over the top there. All right, once you have that, we're gonna got some leftover shredded cheddar cheese that we're gonna put over the top, as well as some mozzarella. So let's get our cheddar cheese and then our mozzarella to make up the difference. So once we have that on there, we've got the oven preheated to 375. We're gonna put this in there for about 25 to 30 minutes, and this guy should be ready to eat. All right. Ooh, this thing is looking good. What you think, Rain?
Yeah, that looks great.
Man, oh man. All right, let's try this guy. I know you want some of this, Rain. Look at that. That is cool looking. And making some good comfort food around here. Get a little cheese, get a little this, a little spaghetti. Folks, y'all gotta try this at home. I'm telling you, the kids will love it, the adults will love it. It's got like a smoothness. It's like just cheesy enough, but not like overbearing. Try it. All right, y'all, we're gonna make some Backwoods chicken casserole. We're gonna start with some cooked white rice. Make enough to kind of somewhat fill up the bottom of your casserole dish. This is about a cup and a half of white rice. So I would suggest doing either a cup and a half or 2 cups white rice for the bottom, but we're just getting started. Next, we're gonna take cream of mushroom soup, put that over the top of it. Got that nice and cleaned out. And then also a cream of chicken soup as well. Get that in there. Get it nice and scraped. All right, once you got that, we're gonna add 2 cups of chicken broth. There we go. And then we're gonna take our whisk and whisk all this together for a minute here. All right, we've got that nice and whisked together in there. So next we're gonna I cut 2 chicken breasts in half horizontally, and we're gonna put that over the top of our mixture here. Once we have that on there, we're gonna take some Badia Complete seasoning, love this stuff, and just do a generous seasoning over your chicken. Whoa, baby. And then once that's on there, we're gonna take some onion soup and sprinkle that over the top as well. All right, once that's on there, we're gonna take some aluminum foil and just tightly put it over the top. Nice and tight. We got the oven preheated to 350. We're gonna put it in there for 60 to 70 minutes. That's an hour to an hour and 10 minutes, depending on how long it takes. And we'll come back and check on it. All right, let's check on this Backwoods chicken. Ooh. Let's see how she's looking. Get that tin foil off of there. Oh, wow. Just baked right into it. Okay, then you're supposed to fluff the rice a little bit to get it kind of mixed in there. That smells like some good flavor right there. Get that flavor kind of mixed over the top. One last little once over. All right, I think I want to try this guy. Let's see, I'm gonna go for this one right here. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is super tasty. Don't let the looks fool you. This is a super tasty, simple meal. Keep your family fed for even a couple of days, depending on how big y'all are. Y'all gotta try this for real.